Folks, good afternoon. I want to talk about the midterm, which is going to be next week. And keep in mind, we're already going into week 8 next week. So the semester's, we're at the halfway point. And I want to make sure that a couple things are happening. I want to make sure that you're prepared and you understand what the midterm is going to be about. So with that, the midterm is going to be about the first half of the course. And if you click here, you can see a study guide. And if we scroll down, it's gonna cover the elements of music, the Middle Ages, the Renaissance, the Baroque period, and then the Classical period. And there's going to be a couple questions from each of those periods. It's about 77 points, and all of the questions are multiple choice. Now, in addition to those questions, you're going to have a couple music questions as well, where you're going to hear a piece of music and you're going to have to either identify the piece by the composer, you might have to identify the genre that's associated with, um, or the musical period. An example, I might play, Handel's The Hallelujah Chorus from Messiah, and you might say, well, what era is this from? Is it from the Baroque period? Is it from the Classical period? And so forth. Now, down below is a whole bunch of topics that we're going to want to know. Okay, you're definitely going to want to study the dates of each musical period. Um, it's just that it's one of those things. It's important to know so you understand the context of where the music sits, where each period sits on the timeline. Okay. And you also have the composers of the Notre Dame School. We want to be aware of that. You might have to arrange the vocal ranges from a choir. So the soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. You want to know which term is which is going to be the highest, maybe the soprano, and then what's the order of the vocal ranges. Okay, what's the name of the first opera? Who composed it? Um, and then, of course, definitely, especially with the classical period, we want to know a lot of the forms are. We want to know what rondo form is, what a minuet trio form is, and then what is sonata allegro form, what's the terminology associated with that. Okay. Another thing here I have is a list of terms to study and review, and a lot of these terms are going to be on the exam. So I don't whatever way works best for you studying. Maybe using flashcards, maybe using whatever study.com. But these are the terms that you're definitely going to want to need to know with preparing for this exam. Okay. Now let's click back. We're going to go back to this module. Did you're going to have okay, sorry. So basically you're going to have the entire week to take this exam. Okay, but what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to set aside at least 2 hours to take the exam. Okay, I would definitely have a quiet space to do this. You can't do it on your phone. You need to have a laptop or computer. Okay, it needs to be charged. You're only going to want to be able. You're only going to be able to take this exam once. It's not like those little mini quizzes where if you mess up or so forth, you can go back. This exam is done once. Okay. And with this exam, you also have you're going to have to download the Respondus lockdown browser in order to use this exam. Now, the lockdown browser is basically it's a plugin that you run on your exam, and basically you have to have a camera on so we can see that you're the one taking the exam, and it also won't let you open up any other windows in your computer. Okay. Um, there's a time limit for the exam, but I think I put like 2.5 to 3 hours, which is ample time for you folks. You shouldn't be stressing about that. Um, so what you're going to want to do when you're ready to take the exam, you want to click on the Respondus Lockdown browser information. Click on that. It's going to take you to a link and tell you exactly how to download this, how to test it out, and it's also going to, if you have any issues, it's going to take you to the help center to help navigate that lockdown browser. Okay. Um, And then once you successfully download it, here's the link that you're going to click to link to download the browser. You'll be able to click on the exam and take the exam. So if you, okay, I'm not going to click it now because it's not set up for me to show you what the exam is, but the exam is formatted similarly to like those quizzes as well. One other thing, a couple other things actually, is I also put in a midterm listening practice exam or practice guide. So if we click on that, I put listening examples. I think I have 10 of them here, or 8 of them. I have 8 examples. All these examples, you can go test yourself, are going to be stuff that you're going to, all these examples, you're going to want to be able to identify these examples. I'm going to play one right now. So, sorry, I guess I have my headphones on. You play the examples and go through each of these examples. You're going to want to know the genre, the musical period, and maybe the composer of each example. Okay, so and I would study these because this is going to be like 16 questions out of all the questions. And then finally, let me go back. I'll throw this out there. When I emailed the announcement for the exam, I also threw it out there. If you guys want to meet on, do like a WebEx study session, and I moved maybe on a Sunday or Saturday because I know most of the students in this course they're doing work on Saturdays, which I get. It's a weekend. I know many of you have jobs. I'd be willing to do like a WebEx study session during like on one Saturday or Sunday afternoon, maybe the week before. If you guys have questions about the exam, maybe don't understand anything or so forth, shoot me an email and let me know. Okay. If you do have any other questions about the exam, let me know. But again, it's going to be it's the midterm is going to be in the week of week 8, so it's going to be available 10:30 that Sunday, and it's going to stop on 11 by that Sunday on the 5th of November, and it's not going to be available afterwards. It's a hard stop. So if you don't take it by the 5th, that's it. So I definitely make sure you make a note on your calendar. Let's make sure we're studying. And then if we do have any questions, shoot me a text or shoot me an email. Okay. Hope you guys are having a great week, and I look forward to hearing from you.